folks, thanks for clicking on the video. So today I'm going to attempt to repair a tear in the door of my Lanshan 2 that happened on the last outing. It's about 1 inch long. I've got these repair patches that came with the Lanshan 2, and I believe that these have got some sort of adhesive on them. When you apply heat to it, it activates. So I'm going to cut a small patch out of this repair patch here, and then I'm going to strengthen it by sewing it with a needle and thread, and then just seam seal along it all where I've sewed it up. So let's give it a go. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this material here. Now the hole's about 1 inch long. I'm going to go over just to be safe and cut it about probably about 2 inch long by 1 inch wide. Just flatten that end out, straighten that end out. That's better. And I'm just going to round these corners off just so it looks a bit nicer. Right then. I'm just going to put that patch centrally over the rip, which you can see there. And this is on the outside of my tent. Like so. I'm going to take a cup of boiling hot water I've just got from out of the kettle. Place that on top. And hopefully that'll be warm enough to get it to stick. We'll soon see. Right then, that water trick didn't work too well, so plan B. I'm going to take some of this seam sealer, apply it to the back of this patch, stick it down over the cut in the tent and sew around it. I'm just going to put a generous amount on, spread it over the patch. Centralise that and stick it on. And hopefully that's going to do two things. If any water gets past this stitching, hopefully that'll help to keep any water from coming in, and hopefully it's going to keep that patch steady enough so I can start sewing it without it moving about too much. Now then, I was never any good at sewing, so I don't expect this to be the neatest, And is it me, or is it just basically impossible to thread cotton through a needle? I'll get back to you in about 3 hours when I've done it. Hey, got it threaded. And it took me about 5 attempts. So I've basically doubled up the cotton to make it a bit stronger. I'm just going to basically sew all the way around the perimeter of this patch and then seam seal the stitching. So let's crack on then. I'll start in this corner and work my way around. Try not to drop your needle. I'm basically just folding the edge of the tent and the patch together like this and going through both of them at the same time. Just trying to keep the stitches as close together as possible. And what I'm going to do, just to add a little bit more strength to it, is before I pull the loop down completely, I'm just going to pass the needle back through the back of it. That should hopefully make it a little bit stronger. I think this is just one of them things that you've just got to take your time with and get the stitches as close together as possible. I mean, I suppose if you had a sewing machine it would be a lot easier. Obviously the tighter those stitches are, the less chance any water's going to get in. But we've got that seam sealer, so it should keep that wet stuff out. I'm just going to carry on with this. I'll bring you back and show you the finished product before I seam seal it all up. Right then, got that all sewed up. Took about 25 minutes. Trick is to just take your time really and get your stitches as close together as you can. Make sure there's no gaps. So, you get some of this seam sealer. And go all along the seam just to waterproof it.
stumble into a little fishy area. The downside is,
not bothered about neatness really.
you might not find that area again.
I just want it to be waterproof, you know.
You catch the fish here and you keep drifting. You're drifting maybe away from the fish. It's not good all the way on that drift, you know. So when I first stopped, boom, straight on fish. So I guess I'm going to give 2 more drifts of this, and then I think I'm going to maybe try the anchor and just see. I realise, of course, that you catch way more fish, bigger fishes, if you go out on charter boats anywhere around the UK.
I'm just going to work it into that stitching.
But there's something about
This little brush,
of your own vessel for the day.
just to make sure it's all in there.
And it's yours because you make the choice of where to go, what bait to use, what route to use, where to move. It's just
And that no water can get in between the thread.
You don't have to do man alone. You can go out. A lot of people safer go 2 people in a boat. But there is a huge amount of satisfaction. That's why I do it. You know, it's because I like my own company, and there's a lot of satisfaction in doing it. And
like I've said to you, this is not going to be it's not going to be pretty, but as long as it's waterproof, that's all I'm bothered about really. You can get tenacious tape, and I just don't think that that'd be a strong enough prepare for my liking. I'd rather do something like this, it's a bit more permanent, I think. You can get patches on eBay that are more suitable, like the right colour of your tent, or Amazon even, but with this Lanshan 2 I got 2 of these, so I may as well use them. So that's a finished product really. Once that seam sealer dries, it should hopefully stop any water getting in. I'm just going to turn it over and stick some in the back, but I'm going to wait for that front to dry first, because I don't want it going out all over my tent. So yeah, hope that's helpful to some people. And if it was helpful, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. Cheers.